So RGB on a power supply for me is kind of silly, but I can see where it can appeal to some people. So these Gamdius power supplies have RGB. So these power supplies are pretty close to the same of one another, other than the rating of the power efficiency and the cabling. As far as the fan, you have a 120 here, a 140 here. So this one's gonna be a little bit quieter, being that it's a 140 millimeter fan, but they both sport the same in options for your lighting effects. So 26 to be precise. This is the 650G P1 power supply from Gamdius here. Basically, they have a 140 millimeter RGB fan, and then on the backside to control that fan is going to be the selector to go through 26 different lighting effects. So you have different things like as far as solid red, solid yellow, green, blue, cayenne, purple. You can turn it off. You have neon flux, dynamic, and a few other different lighting effects that you can choose from. As far as the fan control, you have on, off, which is basically if you want silent mode or not, you could have that. Basically, it enables full blast on the fan. So flipping around here, you see a rating of 54.2 amps on the 12 volt rail. So it's a decently powerful power supply. Let's move over to the cabling. So as far as the cabling, it is a flat ribbon cable. It says to power supply, so you plug this into your power supply, and then you have another cable here. It's for supplemental motherboard power. So on like some EVGA boards, you see almost like a PCI Express connector to give it some more power. So you're starting to see that a little bit more. But here's the flat ribbon cable for the 24 pin. It's nice to see this instead of the traditional braided. This usually is the biggest thing that gets caught up in the backside of a case for cable management. Sometimes it's hard to get the side panel back on, so this alleviates that by having flat ribbon cable for the 24 pin connector. PCIe connectors, they are that same red that is on the modular side of the power supply. Really wish they would have done a blackout with this as well too. The red probably just dictates that they are PCIe cables, so you do get 2 of them in the box. They do terminate to 6+2 on both of them, +2, 6+2. So you don't get any straight just 6 or straight just 8 ones. Inside the box as well, you do get a power cable and you get some tweezers. I mean, zip ties. Anyone who watches The Verge will understand that. So here is the 750B. Basically, it's more the same with the 750B. This is a bronze rated power supply with ketchup and mustard cables, 120 millimeter fan. Basically all the same features as far as lighting control and being able to turn your power supply on from silent to full blast. The rating for the 12 volt line is at 60 amps. So it is a little bit more powerful than the 650G, but it's going to be less of a clean power source. Traditionally, I'd rather migrate to a gold rated power supply if I'm running any sort of performance equipment or high-end gear. Bronze rated power supply is good for a mid-range system, low-range system. This is something that's not really gonna tax this too much. It is a little bit smaller than the 650G, so if you have a smaller case that you want to put it in, mind you, you might have an issue with all of these ketchup and ribbon cables. Speaking of which, for ketchup and ribbon, you do get the 24 pin, which is right there. You do get several SATA connections. PCIe, you do get 4 PCIe connections. Guess if you really wanted to run SLI or Crossfire, you could, but... So as far as my thoughts on power supplies with RGB, if you're looking for some sort of underglow under your case, this definitely could provide it, coming through your case grill for your power supply, other than having to illuminate the inside of your case, but you'd have to put the fan inside and then exhausting out. So I guess that is an option as well too, but most of the time most people have a power supply shroud and then blocking off, negating the need for having an RGB fan on their power supplies. So tell me what you think in the comments below. I'm Blue Devil. I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video for more content. Thanks, guys.